I still don't know what to do with my life. And it's, in a way, a really hard thing to process, looking at, where I am in life currently and where other people my age are or expected to be. And while I've said this on this channel multiple times, that I am not, it's not my goal to live a conventional life in a way where it's like, by 20 you should have this, and by 25 you should have that, and by 30 you should have this, and you should be married, and you should do XYZ. I've realized a long time that that's not what I can do. I ultimately don't want to, although I'm not sure if I really honestly 100% don't want it, or if I'm just trying to make peace with the fact that I am never going to have it, regardless of if I want to or not. And that still leaves me with the question, or with the problem right now, what the hell am I going to do now? Because this is something that has haunted me ever since I was a child, because back then I didn't know why I was being asked that, because I didn't yet, understand that it will be the question that will define your life, answered or not. And back then it just seemed so surreal to me to even ask such a weird question. Like, I remember back then already genuinely pondering that question, and I always landed more or less on, I don't know, I just want to explore life and myself and the world around me. And then I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what being an adult feels like, or what will be good at whatever time. But it was always just like, I'll see whatever I will be doing, and I will see whatever happens, and that's what I'm going to be doing, and hopefully it's going to be something I want to do as well. And that was kind of the time before you get just like put through one system after the other, and then you're just kind of expected to lose that part of yourself, that I'm looking for a word, that I don't know if self-agency is the right word, that independent thinking, I guess, right? But some people in this society, the reason why they can't fit in, the reason why they can't find their place, is because they just can't be distracted enough, or they can't be brainwashed enough to just completely forget that ultimately everything that we're doing here is a choice, and everything we're doing here it's not how life is supposed to be. It's not how things are just supposed to be. This is a choice, the reality that we're currently living in as a society, and the fact that this society exists, right? That these countries exist, that capitalism exists, that all the things that we're choosing to do here are a choice, right? There are infinite ways that we could experience life here, yet we're choosing to do it this way. And for better or worse, that's what it is. But it's like, seriously, what now? What should I do now? Because I can't spend my life just being miserable about the fact that I'm stuck in this place that I hate, right? Now, I'm not saying necessarily this place in terms of like my current location, just like experiencing life through the eyes of a civilized 21st century human being. That's kind of the better way to put it. And I just, through that perspective, right, judging myself through what this society deems as my skills and deems as my strengths and weaknesses, if I judge myself based on that, if I look at myself based on that, then I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my life. But it's not about work itself. It's not that I don't want to work. It's not that, I know that when I say I don't want to work, I don't mean I just want to sit around idle and just like hide in my apartment all day. I want to do stuff. It's just that nothing that's here is fulfilling or interesting to me at all. Like, when I say I want to do stuff, it's like I don't know. If I say I'm so unhappy here, why don't you just sell all your stuff, backpack to, you know, across the country or across, you know, the freaking continent, and just explore the world and just be free and just, you know. And part of me thinks that's insanely cool. That's the people that do that. I love that for them. But then it's just like, I have things here that I enjoy, right? I have 3 cats. I don't think I've mentioned that before here, but you know, that's one of those things that really gives me fulfillment in life, because I can take care of these animals. I usually take them from animal shelters, or I take them off, you know, elderly people, or if someone recently died and their cat is then supposed to go to a shelter, or they can't find a place for the cat, I take them. And you know, it's just like I would have to give that up. And it's just a small example, but the bigger thing is just like, well, what do I do after that trip, right? I'm gonna have a nice, you know, I don't know, 6 months, and then all my money's gone. I don't have a job anymore. What do I do then? And I'm saying this like I'm just afraid of doing it. Like, of course, this is just me coping with the fact that I have some ideas of what to do, you know. The problem is just I'm making excuses. Some of them are valid, right? But some of them, it's a part of the process. I'm just here to vent about it. So, and I guess that's okay ultimately. But it's just, I completely realized this is not at all where I wanted this video to go, but I totally realized that, you know, I'm a big contributor as well to the situation that I'm in, because in a lot of ways I've been raised where other people or institutions or whatever have kind of installed prison bars in my mind, and the only person that can remove these prison bars again is myself, right? And this is how this society works a lot of the time, is they put you in a mental prison, and then you live in that prison for the rest of your life, when there aren't even physical you know, bars present. You just think they are still there, so you never even like try to cross that line where you think the prison bars are, if that makes any sense, because you're like, why would I try that? I'm in prison, right? There's no way out. I've tried them a billion times, so why should I try it again? I know that the prison bars are there, and I don't know what my life's purpose should be, right? Do I want to provide for others? But I don't really like other people. It's also something I've realized. I really, really, really like to be just alone. And there are, not to say that there aren't people on this planet that I want to do. I want just the best for them. Ultimately, I want the best for everybody, just from a distance, I guess. And so it's like, so many things that I could do here are already out of the question, because I really just want to be on my own. I want to not be bothered. I just want to do my own thing. And that's another example. I don't know if that's just, you know, a coping mechanism, if I'm just trying to stay safe, and or if it's the autism, where it's just like people just take so much energy out of me. Honestly, I think it's really more about that. It's the only time where there's a specific type of peace and connectedness with nature and myself and life itself that I only can access if I'm completely alone. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And so this is also why I value alone time so much. And this makes it almost impossible for me to, or like this already cancels so many options of what to do, because I don't want to do something where I'm spending majority of my day surrounded with other people. It's just how it is. It's just what it is. And then there's just so many other points like that. And if I go through all of these points, another one of them being, I don't want to do things if I don't get an immediate reward out of it. I'm just being honest. I don't want to do something. I don't want to work for somebody else, right? For some company where then it's like, I don't even see the whole process. I don't even see the whole picture. I don't even get part to it. There's no sense of fulfillment for me just seeing, the company I'm working as one of 1,000 of people has made a little bit more revenue this year. Yay! It's just like none of that interests me. Let me build a tree house. Let me do that. That would be so much more fun. But it's just like, it's not how jobs work, at least where I live. And I know that somewhere on Earth there are, I should probably do something like these odd jobs, you know what I mean? Where someone's like, remove this pile of trash for me, or, bring this there, or take care of my garden for a month. And then you will get just like one sum of money for that. That would probably be something that I could do, because you open a loop, you work on it, and then it's closed again, and then you move on to the next thing. But yeah, and that's something I would enjoy, because a normal job, also one of those problems is that it's just never ending, and you can never, like, imagine part of what makes free time or vacation so relaxing, right, is how you just know that you have unstructured time for yourself, right? It's just the coming days, you don't have to worry about anything, and your to-do list is basically empty. And for me, I never can reach that feeling, almost never can reach that feeling when I'm working a job. And since I've been working, I've only been unemployed for a few months ever since I started graduating from school. So I've been working all the time, and so I almost never feel that sense of being just fully, of feeling free. Even if I'm on vacation, right? Of course, you don't feel free if you're, during the work week or even on the weekends. But I think that you know what I'm trying to say. So that's why, for example, something like construction work is just not gonna work. And then, given the fact as well that I'm disabled, medically speaking, I'm disabled. I can't even put in the work and the consistency required of me to keep any of the modern jobs that we have. So then, just, I don't know, go off grid then, I guess, or whatever. The problem is, again, I'm a city kid. Like, I've been raised in the city. I don't know, like, I know that I will need to do something like that. I will need to make a huge change in my life. And I think that the problem won't be that I won't know what to do. It's that I need to find the courage to just actually do it. There's just nothing here. There's nothing here where I currently am. And that's why I still have no idea what to do. Because the things that I want to do, I can't find them here, right? And ultimately, I just want to chill, right? I just want to be in nature, be alone, be away from, at least from this society. And I feel like a lot of my symptoms and my lifelong struggle with depression it's been caused just by having to play along in this society. And eventually just, you're just forced to choose a path. You just fall in line because you see everyone around you doing the same, and you just don't have there's no other option. I remember in school, I was always like, I'm not going to fall in line. I'm not going to become one of those boring, stupid, brainwashed adults. But, next thing you know, you're sitting in an office building, and then it just happens. You just slowly start to lose that ambition, and you start to lose that teenage rage and that teenage, or that like that's not just teenage, but that, you know, that kind of original sense of wonder and adventure and possibilities that you have. And all you start seeing is systems and limitations, and, you know, I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to, you know, worry about taxes and rent and bills, and I need to, you know, occupy my mind with thinking about what I'm gonna, you know, gift this person for this holiday, and what I'm gonna do on that holiday, and how I'm gonna, you know what I mean, all of these things. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, a decade has passed and you're still exactly where you were, and you earn a little bit more because you got promoted, but everything else has grown so much more expensive in the last decade that you're basically at square one. And then and then what you say is, oh yeah, because I need to work harder, I need to get a better position, I need to, and I feel like this is just how it keeps going. Isn't that literally why people say, you know, don't waste your life or whatever? I don't know what people say, but isn't that exactly what you're doing by living this way? Isn't that what we're doing, basically? With the thing about having no idea what to do, I know that this is something that people are not honest about, right? Because if you talk to people about this, most of them always have, you know, a plan, or they tell you their current business idea or whatever. But honestly, I wonder how many people really truly enjoy what they're doing here, right? And it's my argument is not even about like, I say I don't know what to do in a genuine way. Like, of course I could list things that I could do and that, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't want to because I don't feel connected to them. I don't want to participate here, not because I couldn't physically do it all. Of course, because I am participating here, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go back to my apartment, because I need to pay that apartment, and I'm paying that apartment, right? Because I'm participating here, right? So if I say I don't know what to do, I mean that none of this is fulfilling. I want to do something that feels right to me. I haven't done anything that feels truly right to me since I was a kid, and I want to have that back. I want to truly feel, I just want to feel something. I just want to feel something with the same, I just want to see the world with the same eyes again as I did when I was a child, just for 1 second. And ultimately, I just want to spend my time here living. That's all I know. Everything else just doesn't work out for me if I think about it. Self-employment, it's tax hell where I live. And also, I don't want to sell shit. I don't want to sell you something. What you know what I mean? What the fuck should I sell people? And self-employment is also just, it's horrible, right? It means nothing. You're still operating within the same system, right? And that freedom that you gain comes with so many caveats. And most people that are self-employed fail anyway, right? And of course you can make it work. Of course you could, but that's the thing. As I said, I want to spend my time here living. I don't want to just spend my time always trying to figure out a plan and trying to figure out how am I going to make it and how am I going to earn money to escape the system and how I'm going to, what am I going to sell and my company and I should build this and I should do that. That's also something. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just want to exist. Not always having to try and figure out what to do and having to try and earn my right to exist. I want to actually spend time existing, less time doing, and more time being. That's my dream, ultimately. I just want to be here on this earth, and I want that to be enough. And that's it. And that's how life felt as a child. And somehow that just somewhere along the way got completely lost. Yeah, and I don't know how to get it back. But honestly, it's just really helped me. I've been trying to make these more longer, unstructured rants about whatever comes to my mind, and I've been really enjoying that. So I'm just deciding spontaneously that I'm gonna keep doing this. So I hope you enjoyed this as well. Thank you for listening. And, I'll update you as soon as I have some idea or something. But if you have one, or if you can share this experience in any way, let me know in the comments. And please don't forget to like the video as well. It helps me out a lot and I would appreciate it. So I will see you around.